To listen to was originally recorded back at DEFCON 1 in 1992 at the Sands Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Now, the Sands has since been blown up to make room for something new, but the speeches live on. All rights are reserved except for educational uses only. If you'd like more information about DEFCON, please contact us at dt@defcon.org or visit our website at www.defcon.org. Now, get ready to sit back and listen to a great speech, and I hope to see you at a future DEFCON.
Well, a couple of heavyweights before me. A heavyweight to tell you who's here and what's going on in the world, kind of give you a picture of what we're looking at right here in the group that we're working with, and another heavyweight telling you what the forces are that are not in this room, some of the things that are represented in places that we come to know and love and come to know and really not love. So I'm going to follow as the color man. And I'm going to tell you that there are places for you. You know who you are. You know who they are. You know who everybody else that isn't here is, to the extent that you want to. So now, what are you going to do with this energy if you've got this energy and you want to actually be something, do something constructive? I need to start out by saying something about EFF. I do not represent the EFF, and in fact, I would go so far as to say I really don't represent anybody but myself at any given time. But just to let you know, since I've been asked what's the difference between CPSR and EFF, I put up this list. It's public domain, so I figure it's fair game. The EFF is a lobbying group. They're based in Washington, D.C. They're also a membership organization, as far as I know, although I don't know what you get to do with your membership anymore. They have a team of attorneys that represent certain cutting-edge cases that are going to shape the way that the laws are going. They don't represent all hackers at large. That's as much as I know about the EFF that I'm willing to tell you now. CPSR, on the other hand, is also a membership organization. We're also a national organization. We were established in 1982, and at the time, the people that wanted to create this organization sat around a table, and they were really concerned about the war that was going on and the use of computer technology in the military. And the big debate over the table at one meeting was, what are we going to call ourselves? How about Nerds Against Nukes? That was great. How about Computer Professionals for Social Responsibility? Well, we'll be taken a little more seriously if we don't call ourselves Nerds Against Nukes. And plus, it seems to have a little bit more longevity in the name. So, CPSR, okay. We have a lot of resources. We've been around for 11 years now that it's caused us to collect a bunch of resources, both electronic and printed. Press releases, testimonies before Congress, and in hearings of various types. We've done a number of presentations. We've done conferences and local meetings. We have special interest groups of all different kinds, including civil liberties. And we file a lot of FOIA requests with the government because we really want to know what's going on. One of our strong points is that we're really established to address the social impact of computer use. So, get a clue, guys. Social impact of computer use, that has to do with what you're doing. Now, one of the things that we do is we do papers, like white papers and position papers, to say, what's the use of things going on? Well, there's a lot of things going on. Some of you have a clue what's going on, and you might share your information with us. That would help us to be more informed. If any of these activities that I described interest you, I can give you connections to who's actually doing the work that is of this kind. There's databases of really interesting actions, articles, and summaries that we have. We don't do profiling, but we know a lot of people that do profiling, and we have access to information that has been public domain in the past, and we have a pretty cool listserv site, or Waste or Gopher. It's all anonymous. I suggest you all log into cpsr.org and see what's there, see if there's anything that's amusing to you. So there's a lot of different kinds of ways that you can get access to this information. That the database information. You do a meeting, you have proceedings, and that kind of stuff. Okay, there's efforts to build a secure future. There's a mailing list called Cypherpunks, and in our thing there's the Cypherpunk Manifesto. Actually, I don't see one up here, but I saw that it's in there, that in the little DEFCON program. There are people that want to make a secure future. That's a really important thing, both for business and also for people just in general and at large. So some of you guys know a little about security. If you don't know about the cypherpunks, you might be interested to know. If you want to know more about security, you might like to know about the cypherpunks. If you want to talk about the practical aspects of using PGP as a security mode, you probably might like to know about cypherpunks. There's a lot of meetings arranged to share information and network individuals, like this ToasterNet meeting, and also in Austin, EFF does one called CyberDog, That's like you put all the people together, both people that know stuff and people that don't, and you have all the people that know stuff talk about whatever they know, and a lot of people learn because of it. Great idea. There's efforts to do review. This is one of our really strong points. We do review and critical analysis on current technologies. Okay, here's a question. Anybody heard of Clipper? The Clipper chip? Okay, well, we did a white paper on the Clipper chip, and we thought that it was, it's probably a great idea at some level, but it's got a lot of practical problems. Well, there's some point at which we're going to need to learn what the practical problems are, like how secure really is it? Well, who are we going to ask? You guys might volunteer the information. That would be really helpful. Would help us with our white papers to review any of the critical technologies that are coming out, especially ones that we know are going to impact our future. So it'd be really good, could be cool to hear from you. And in fact, here's a stack of my business cards. And also there's a ton of historical documentation, like CD-ROM. We're making a CD-ROM to do freedom and privacy related stuff. So there's a lot of conferences going on. Some of you may be interested in multimedia kinds of things. Okay, well, there's people doing multimedia, and they're going to do a CD-ROM that's going to say a lot of this information, and then we'll have some other cool piece of artwork out. CPSR has a strength in being able to offer this critical analysis in changing technology in meetings such as the impact on civil liberties. We're not just limited to civil liberties. EFF is pretty much limited to civil liberties. We have a much wider scope. We do things like the Computers, Freedom, and Privacy Conference. This was the third year in March that this happened. We do a Freedom, Privacy, and Technology Special Interest Group in Berkeley. We did that for a long time and had some pretty notable speakers come in and talk about things like, if you're a bulletin board owner, what's important for you to do? Well, you better have a notice on your bulletin board that says some kind of policy, because if you don't have a policy, you're going to get called on it. Somebody's going to say, well, it doesn't say I can't post GIF files on there that's in excess of 2.5 gigs. Well, outside of the practical matters, there's probably something wrong with that if you didn't say something about it, then there's going to be somebody's going to bend the rules. Sort of the nature of hacking is, if there's no rules, make them. Find somebody to do something that's going to cause somebody to make them. And if you have any other questions about the kinds of things that CPSR is interested in or does, it's pretty much open. I'm a loose cannon in CPSR because anything that I say goes. I'm co-chair of the Berkeley chapter. Why? I said I would. Okay. So then I said I'd do some meetings, and they thought, cool. So then I found some people that would do the meetings with me, and they said, far out. So then the Washington office decides they're going to do FOIA requests. Hey! So, it's open. It's an open palette. You can pretty much color your own future the way you want to do it, and that's appropriate. So, if you sit back in your house, fuck you. If you share information with us, it's empowering. It's a powerful thing, and you can be a part of the future to the extent you want to be. And so, do it. Be a part of the future. Contact people, do things, be friends, and do more meetings like this. That's it.